Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, Rakak, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to my Akim, Wahawathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawa coming at you with another lesson, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2. Thus speaketh the Lord, power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. And today's lesson, well, first off, before I get into today's lesson, I want to emphasize the importance of why certain things are written in a book and why certain things are not, is because, well, number one, first things first, I quickly spoke on this topic before, but some of the things that are in the book, they have been taken out by this group called the Bible Destruction Group. They were a part of, what was included, and they removed the apocrypha from it in the first place. That's why all or most iterations of the Bible don't include the apocrypha. And as a matter of fact, let me just get this as well, because it fits perfectly. Revelation chapter 22 verse 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So basically, there's a very big importance to preserving all of the words in this book, the Bible. All right, so okay, and as a result of that, you're going to have people who say, "Oh, well, we're only in the New Testament," or we're only in the Old Testament, or "Oh, we're only in the Apocrypha," or whatever. All right, or they have these different doctrines. They don't accept the entirety of the book. In addition to that, there are also something that I recently learned called pseudepigrapha, I think it's called, which is, let me get it. I just saw it. Yeah. Pseudepigrapha, which is basically stuff like the Book of Enoch and whatever that other book, the Book of Jasher, okay, which are basically called falsely attributed works or false books. This also reminds me of another book, which that one atheist dude, whatever he's called, was saying, where that Jake atheist that was debating this one Christian scholar, Edomite Christian scholar, and the Edomite looking Christian scholar basically just like dismantled his whole argument by saying that is a falsely attributed book, and it's also a plagiarism of another book, showing that you don't know what you're talking about. So with that, it's lucky about getting a bit off topic, but again, this is the importance of why the Lord has stuff written down. In addition to that, for us, when we have certain important information, we have to take the time to actually write it down. Okay, so and which is what I actually did last night, because right before I went to sleep, I had a lesson that I wanted to do, and I was definitely I don't know if I was going to remember it or not. So what I did is what I always do. I open a notepad on my phone, or I open a notepad in my on my computer. All right, and I basically make bullet points, highlights, and outline whatever it is that I need to talk about, so that I don't forget it, or something that or even a lesson, or even precepts. Because the thing is, I've been looking for this one precept. I've been looking for this one precept for a long time, and I still can't find it. I wanted to incorporate it into this lesson, but if you if someone knows what it is or where it is, that would be great. Basically, the precept is the Lord's going to wait or hold on to judgment, and then at the end, he's going to drop all the judgment on the wicked, like a flood or something like that. I tried googling, I tried checking my search history, but I couldn't find it. And again, quick look. This is an example of the notes that I take down. All right, you can see this Bible notes and a bunch of precepts that I attempt to precepts and meanings that I attempt to memorize by constantly going every day to just review all these stuff. So I know what precepts I want to reference whenever I go into the scriptures. So So with that being said, the actual lesson I want to get into today is in terms of like forgiveness. All right. So like in terms of like forgiveness, when it comes to forgiveness, like Numbers chapter 18 verse 4, Numbers chapter 14 verse 18, the Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. All right. So basically, the Lord is long suffering, meaning that He's going to wait. He's going to let things happen for an extended period of time. He's going to wait and let you accumulate all the evil deeds that you're doing in your life, which is also why I didn't think about this before, but let me get this now. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So as a result of judgment not happening immediately, people think, oh yeah, well, this is the right way to live, so I'm going to do this. All right. So as a result of that, the contrast to that is us being in this truth and being held to a higher standard. All right. So when we do something, oftentimes the Lord is going to, let me get that. Bear with me one moment. Let me get these. I think it's two. It might be just one, and my internet seems to be shutting off. Whatever. Okay, I'll just leave it to this. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of His correction. All right. So when the Lord is punishing us, punishing you, whatever, all right, it's not a cause for, oh my God, the Lord hates me, or oh my God, the Lord's not dealing with me, or why is this done, or why have you forsaken me? It's more so when we go off, the Lord's trying to keep us on the right path. This is the purpose for us going through hardships. And the funny thing is the exact same way for like a parent. A parent is going to, when they see their child doing something wrong, they're going to correct them. All right. So it is basically the same with the Lord. When we are being held to a higher standard, where if we do something wrong, okay, then the Lord's going to punish us for it. All right. Whereas when the wicked do something wrong, then they're more likely, keyword more likely, not always, but they're more likely to get away with the stuff that the evil that they do, like, compared to us, because the Lord's not trying to correct them and tell them, oh, this is not the right way to go and whatever. All right. So as a result of that, yeah, we're going to where we know the right way. We know when we do wrong, so we have to make the corrections immediately. All right. Whereas the wicked, they know or they don't know, but they choose that evil as a part of their lives, in contrast to us. All right. So Colossians chapter 3 verse 25, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. All right. Oh yeah. Fuck. So yeah, this basically, I'm out of order a bit. Let me go back. Let me do this first. 2 Samuel chapter 12 verse 10. Now therefore the sword. No. Okay, so I'll just read the context. The context is Second Samuel chapter 12 verse 7. And Nathan said to Daniel, Thou art the man. Thus saith the Lord, power of Israel. And I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul, and I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives to thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword, and of the children of Ammon. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this sun. For thou didst it secretly, and I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also hath put away thy sin, thou shalt not die. So basically what happened was King David did something wicked where he basically committed adultery, and then had his servant Uriah the Hittite killed in battle, or in order to basically steal his wife. And obviously that's not okay. So as a result of that, what was going to happen was the Lord was going to basically kill King David as a result of it, and have all his riches and all of his property and whatever stolen from him. All right, and very clearly that did not happen. All right, that did not happen to him. But the thing about that, or the funny thing about that, is that, well, let me get this context first. Colossians chapter 3 verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done, and there is no respect of persons. So ultimately there is no respect of persons, and it might seem like King David had been exempt from said judgment. It still technically happened. And the reason why it technically happened is because we go back to the prior context of Numbers chapter 14 verse 18. The Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So basically, yes, the Lord showed King David mercy technically, but at the same time he didn't, because after multiple generations of Israel being in power, being in rulership and whatnot, there was all those different other kings after King David, King Solomon and whatnot, that were going off until ultimately Israel lost power to the kingdom of Babylon. All right, so yes, this is a result of it. Basically, it did happen, and it happened, after multiple generations. So the Lord still did what He said. It just wasn't immediate compared to what we were what He was expecting. Like it was going to expect it to happen immediately or during King David's reign and whatnot. But instead, it happened multiple generations after. I don't know exactly how many rulerships. All right, so Matthew chapter 6 verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. And that is another aspect of it, where we also need to be able to forgive when someone wrongs us, but specifically, you have to be able to forgive your brethren or your neighbors, which are specifically, okay, I know I say that a lot, but specifically Israelites, all right, or not even just Israelites, but Israelites that are in the truth along with you. So like-minded brethren, brothers, sisters, whatever, you're supposed to be willing to forgive them should they trespass against you, just as YAHAWAH constantly forgives us. Because the thing is that we are all worthy of death, and we should have been wiped out, destroyed, killed, whatever you want to call it, a long time ago. But it is because of the mercy of YAHAWAH that we are still alive now. And now finally, I want to get this last one, Matthew chapter 18 verse 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account to his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped, and saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence. And he laid hands on him, and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. And he would not, and went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. And so when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then the Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, Thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Shouldst not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not every one of his brother their trespasses. So basically, you see this example in the story where there was this one servant that had borrowed money from the king, 10,000 talents, which is actually that's pretty crazy. Anyway, so he had a large debt on his hands that he had to pay back, but he couldn't, so he asked for forgiveness. Okay, he asked for forgiveness, and he found it. When someone else owed him less, he had no forgiveness towards him, and he basically was wroth and said, well, because you owe me, I'm gonna make you go to jail because you didn't pay me back and whatnot. So as a result of that, it just goes to show you that we can't be asking for forgiveness if we ourselves are not being forgiving. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost, okay, because I know it's very easy to look at someone that's wronging you, all right, and say, you're always doing this, you're doing that, this and the third, whatever. And you want to see them get judged, but that's not the mindset that we need to be in. We have to be able to be patient, all right, as well as be forgiving, and just say, okay, you know what, you're wronging me, can you please stop doing this, down, and third, whatever, and then hope and pray that they will actually have mercy, or they will stop the wickedness that they're doing, or repay you, whatever. All right, and it's a hard process to do, but the thing is that being in this truth, there's a natural understanding that if we actually are in this truth, then we are going to have that those good intentions of actually wanting to treat one another good, as that is a part of being in this truth. All right, so yeah, it's not always do we need to just be wrathful, or think that we always need to get back at someone, which is why sometimes we just have to be able to just say, okay, you know what, I'm in a bad spot right now, but you know what, I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna let the Lord handle it. All right, because what else did the Lord say about that? Let me get that. All right. I think it's Ecclesiasticus, or it's not, Second Esdras. Yeah, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 1: when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. So that's where it is, where if you're doing good, you're willing to forgive and forget your brother or someone that is following YAHAWAH, all right, sincerely. And that's when as you do good to them specifically, then that's when the Lord's going to make them pay you back, or the Lord will cover for them and make up for it on their behalf. All right, simply because that's just the same thing with a parent. Like, say for example, your child borrows money from someone else so that they can get home. Okay, they needed a 20 to ride the bus, or something like that, just for example, to ride multiple buses to get back to your home. Okay, and then someone lends it to you, then lends it to them, Slakia. Of course, since your child doesn't have that money, you would want to pay them back for allowing making them get your child back to you safely. All right. Verse 3: there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. And this is where the differentiation from not helping and not forgiving evil people comes in, because there are people that want to hurt you and might take advantage of that kindness of, you're willing to forgive and forget, but someone like Esau, even like forgive and forget slavery and stuff like that, where they have no intentions of actually righting their wrong or making up for it, all right, which is what we see in today, because after all these years, they've done nothing to actually make amends or to fix our situation. As a matter of fact, they've been doing the opposite, where they continue to make our situations worse. All right, so that was just an example. That's another example of we need to be aware of who we're helping out, and watch the behavior, as well as watch who we're helping out, and we're trusting, and we're reviewing as brethren. So with that, I pray this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawadah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, above the ball, and Shalom.